Rome and Carthage were not destined enemies. They did not hate each other by default. They did not fight over ideology. They collided because they were built on different logics. Rome was built on land, not just territory, but ownership, citizenship, obligation. Carthage was built on flow, on ships that never stayed, on goods that never settled, on money that moved faster than armies. Rome expanded by absorbing people. It conquered land, then turned that land into citizens, then turned citizens into soldiers. Carthage expanded by connecting markets. It did not integrate territories. It integrated routes. One system depended on people staying. The other depended on value moving. This difference shaped everything. The Roman army was a social institution. Service was temporary. Duty was inherited. Losses were personal. The Carthaginian army was a financial instrument. It could be assembled quickly, disbanded quietly, rebuilt somewhere else. Rome understood war as obligation, something owed to the state, something paid in years of life. Carthage understood war as expenditure, something calculated, something budgeted, something expected to return value. When these two systems met, victory would not be decided only by battles. It would be decided by endurance, by replacement, by which system could survive. When war stopped being temporary, Carthage did not conquer in the Roman sense. It did not march inland to redraw borders. It did not impose citizenship. It did not absorb populations. Instead, it connected. Ports were more important than capitals. Warehouses more important than fortresses. Sea lanes more valuable than roads. Carthage built nodes. Each colony was a point in a network, not a territory to defend, but a function to maintain. Silver moved west to east. Grain moved south to north. Luxury goods crossed quietly between them. Nothing needed to stop. Nothing needed to settle. This was an empire without provinces. No governors ruling vast lands. No permanent garrisons deep inland. Just contracts. Access. Continuity. Because of this, Carthage did not need mass mobilization. It did not pull farmers from fields. It did not empty cities of men. It paid. Payment replaced obligation. Silver replaced loyalty. War did not reshape society. It activated systems already in place. As long as trade routes remained open, the empire remained stable. But this stability was conditional. Trade depends on access. Access depends on control. And control can be taken. Money moves quickly, but it also stops quickly. Unlike citizens, money does not wait. It does not endure delay. It does not fight for free. Carthage did not field a citizen army. It hired one. Iberian infantry, Gallic warriors, Numidian cavalry, professional soldiers, bound not by oath, but by payment. This gave Carthage flexibility. It could scale armies without social collapse, fight far from home, preserve its population. Rome could not do this. Every Roman loss was felt at home. Every campaign reshaped society. Carthage separated war from citizenship. But this separation had a price. A mercenary army does not tolerate delay. It does not absorb uncertainty. When money flows, discipline holds. When it slows, loyalty erodes. Carthage was not fighting with soldiers. It was fighting with cash. Every campaign increased the bill. Every delay increased risk. War became a financial equation. And equations break. When variables change, Rome did not begin as a naval power. It had no maritime tradition, no merchant elite, no financial infrastructure for fleets. The First Punic War forced adaptation. Rome built a navy from nothing. Not because it wanted to, because it had to. Ships were financed collectively. Losses were absorbed socially. Rome did not outsource risk. It internalized it. This mattered. Rome could lose fleets and rebuild them. Again and again. Carthage could not. Its fleets were capital assets. Precise. Expensive. When ships sank, money disappeared. Rome was learning something critical. How to fight an economic war without becoming a commercial empire. How to outlast a system built on efficiency. The decisive resource was not courage. It was silver. Carthage's wealth came from Iberian mines, deep reserves, reliable output. Silver paid armies, paid fleets, paid allies. It also paid recovery. After the Second Punic War, Carthage was crushed militarily, but not economically. Rome imposed massive reparations, paid in silver, and Carthage paid. Trade resumed. Mines produced. The city recovered. Too quickly. This recovery alarmed Rome, because it revealed a dangerous truth. Carthage could lose wars and still regenerate power. As long as its economic base survived, the challenge remained. Rome understood something had to change. The solution was not another battle. It was seizure. Rome took Iberia, not just land, revenue. The silver that once paid Carthaginian soldiers now paid Roman ones. Contracts expired. Liquidity vanished. Carthage was still standing, but its engine was gone. This was not conquest. It was financial disarmament. Later, during distant wars, debt entered the Ottoman system. But for Carthage, the loss came earlier. When money stopped moving, so did power. By the time of the Third Punic War, Carthage was no longer dangerous. It was solvent, but constrained. It had no fleet, no mercenary network, no access to silver. The system that once allowed it to challenge Rome had been dismantled. Rome did not destroy Carthage because it feared armies. It destroyed it because it understood systems. A city built on trade cannot survive without access. A war financed by contracts cannot continue when contracts expire. Carthage did not lose because it lacked courage, or leadership, or intelligence. It lost because money is conditional. Loyalty purchased must be renewed. Alliances bought must be maintained. Rome's soldiers fought for land and identity. Carthage's fought for payment. When resources narrowed, Rome endured. Carthage calculated. Calculation is efficient, but it is not resilient. Carthage was not defeated by force alone. It was defeated by economic isolation. Its wealth became visible, then targetable, then removable. This raises a modern question. Is power built on people, or on flows? And when flows stop, what remains? Rome answered with legions. Carthage answered with contracts. Only one of those survives. When the balance sheet turns against you,